Americanpickers star Frank Fritz snubs Mike Wolfe from show merchandise in Illinois antique store despite ending feud. Hello everyone, my name is Alana B. Welcome back to my another video. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like up. Americanpickers star Frank Fritz has snubbed former co-star Mike Wolfe from the show merchandise he sells in his Illinois antique store, despite supposedly ending their years-long feud. Frank, 59, owns Frank Fritz Finds in Savannah, Illinois, where he sells one-of-a-kind antiques and merchandise. The U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal Frank has snubbed his former co-star Mike, 59, from his Americanpickers merchandise. Frank sells store merchandise in his antique shop, including t-shirts with one reading, "Stop picking through the trash, come to Frank Fritz Finds." But on one t-shirt, there is a photo of Frank on a motorcycle with wording that reads, "As seen on Americanpickers." Despite promoting the show, Frank did not include his longtime former co-star Mike on the shirt. Frank and Mike recently ended their years-long feud. The last time Frank appeared on Americanpickers was during a March 2020 episode. He left the show to recover from back surgery, leaving him with 185 stitches and 2 rods in his spine. During his break from the show, Frank lost 65 pounds and entered rehab for alcohol addiction in Iowa for 77 days. Frank revealed his feud with co-star Mike during a 2021 interview with the U.S. Sun. Frank said, "I haven't talked to Mike in 2 years. He knew my back was messed up, but he didn't call me up and ask how I was doing. That's just how it is. The show is tilted towards him 1000%. I can't even bend that far down to show you how much. That's fine. It's like you've got Aerosmith and there's Steven Tyler and he's the frontman. I found my spot, I'm second, and he's number 1 on the show. That's no problem with me. Maybe he does have a problem." He also admitted, "I think Mike wants to get his brother Robbie in there to replace me. I don't know why he's behaving like that towards me." Mike announced Frank's firing over Instagram shortly after the interview in July 2021. Then in July 2022, Frank suffered a stroke and was placed under conservatorship and guardianship the following month. The Quad City Times reported Frank and Mike mended their relationship during a tearful reunion over Memorial Day weekend. The insider said, "This was not a feud between Mike and Frank at all. They were not feuding. They needed separation to appreciate each other." The friend revealed their relationship became tense after 11 seasons of working 10-hour days, 7 days a week on the reality TV show. The source told the newspaper that the long-awaited reunion left the men emotional. The friend said, "Both were crying." Mike brought up how nervous they both were to be going on David Letterman, which was one of their first big appearances. Mike told his longtime co-star, "Nobody can replace you, Frank." The arrangements were made after Frank told the friend, "I need to talk to Mike." The insider ended, "Mike really stressed all the good times they had before the show and during the show. Mike did say he'd like Frank back on the show, but Frank is focused on his health." A source close to Frank previously told the U.S. Sun of their relationship today, "Everything between them is fine. They've known each other for 40 years. They went to high school. They've done all this stuff together. They're very good friends, great friends." The insider said Mike has visited Frank a handful of times since he suffered the stroke, as the two call and text today as well. The friend continued, "Frank had a stroke, so now he has to do what he has to do. And Mike and Robbie and the show do what they have to do. All that aside, they're just buddies and the conversation is what it always was. Those guys are crazy about picking and finding stuff, so that's the conversation." The U.S. Sun has exclusively reported on Frank's store struggles. In photos obtained by the U.S. Sun, the store's conditions could be seen, including images of junk throughout the shop. In one picture, there were pieces of wood stacked together with no antique description or price tag. In another, A basket filled with wood scraps could be seen in another corner. There were even random pieces of metal stacked together against the wall with no description or price. In another photo, there was a near-empty display case holding vintage soda cans, including a modern-day Coca-Cola can, likely trash left by a customer. There are also broken items in Frank's store, including drumsticks signed by the Mickey Utley Band. The glass case holding the merchandise was shattered. In another photo, a vintage mannequin could be seen covered in spiderwebs. More cobwebs were seen along a windowsill, and even a large spider could be spotted in the photo. But the U.S. Sun previously reported Frank is ready to get more involved in the store just in time. A source close to Frank told the U.S. Sun, "It's time for Frank to get out to some buildings and look around at some junk he wants to take out there. He'll be picking out his stuff to sell." The U.S. Sun also previously reported on the annual sales of Frank Fritz finds. Per Experian's business valuation report for Frank Fritz finds, estimated annual sales are reportedly $25,000. The company's business credit score is 27 and is medium risk. As for the financial stability risk ratings, the shop received a medium-high risk of 4 out of 5 rating. The report claims this means there is a 10% potential risk of severe financial distress within the next 12 months. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, American Pickers 24, and stay with us.